And the idea of the masterclass started from my crippling insecurity. And I needed help, because I had this desire to create a $1 million cleaning company, and I had never done it before. And so I made the public declaration that I'm going to do it. I'm going to share with you what we're going to do it, even though I have not done it myself yet. And so that's how it all started. And there was just a handful of cleaning business owners across the country. Like Jessica Lucas were definitely one of the ones there. Brian Grant was one of those first few people as well. There's a few people on here who I remember being on those first couple calls. There was literally like a handful of people on here as I shared the masterclass, right? And so for the first 6 months of this group, of the Facebook group, people trickled in. And in September of 2023, there was 300 people in the Facebook group. Okay. And then something happened. I don't know what happened, but something happened. You guys started talking. And then this group went from 300 to 1,000 in about 2 weeks. And then in another 2 weeks, went from 1,000 to 2,000. And since then, it's been on a beeline to now we're at almost 6,000 people inside this group, and it's 100% organic, zero dollars, zero ad spend. And a lot of it's because you guys open up your big mouths and you guys are just telling people about this free community, about the masterclass. And that's what 2023 was. It was just sharing and getting it out there and letting people know that it's possible. And I think that really was what 2023 was for me, was like for me to prove it's possible to myself and then be able to share that with you guys. So you guys could see a human, a person who you could relate to, who was just like you, who did it, who's not any smarter than you are, using systems that you could access yourself, and try to eliminate as many variables. So your thought process is, well, why can't I do it? Right. So that's what 2023 was. Okay. And so, like I said earlier, now the group has 6,000 people in it. So if you're not inside the Facebook group, James will drop a link to the Facebook group. Make sure you get in the Facebook group. Make sure you use the Facebook group. There's a lot of very smart people in there. And there's a lot of people who want to help in there. And the only way that it continues to be valuable is when people use it. And the problem with free things is people don't value free things. So you guys are going to have to defy odds, because nobody paid a single dime to be in that group. If you want to keep it valuable, you must use it. And not use it in the way that just benefits you, but help other people. And that's actually how you use the group. Is the more you help, the more you learn, the more you'll get from that group. Okay, so that means go in there, comment, give your perspective, create relationships with people, get to know people, understand that when you see Taylor and Alyssa win, you see Anna win, like you win too. We're all on the same team. This group is about collaboration. And so before we moved over to the new masterclass, the old masterclass, it was easy for me to see how many people were in it, had 1,600 people in it. So 1,600 people created their free account of the masterclass, which is pretty cool. In less than 1 year, 600 people have used the masterclass and have taken that information to, in theory, help grow their businesses, right? And so today, we are going to walk through the new masterclass. Okay. So some of you guys are in there. Most of you guys are in there. Some of you guys might not be. So James will drop the link for the new masterclass. So if you're not in the new masterclass, if you're not created your new account, James will drop that link in the chat. make sure you go do that. So that way you can follow right along. And we're gonna go to the new masterclass. I'm gonna share with you my vision of it, my intention of it, so you can get the most out of it. Okay. And after we do that, I have two special announcements after I share the new masterclass with you guys. That if you're looking to truly build a $1 million business, or you're just looking to grow your business substantially, you're going to want to stay, because I have two announcements that you're really going to like. And so the way that this new course is set up is you actually can take it as a course. It's like, how cool is that? Okay, you can click the little button that says masterclass, and it starts with the masterclass, and it starts with lesson number 0. So this is the intro. The intro simply tells you how to utilize the masterclass. And masterclass is broken down into 7 sections. These are the 7 sections that are the most important pieces of your business. And so step number 1 is just understanding your business model. And so understanding your business model is simply, you're going to ask yourself a couple questions. You're going to ask yourself how you're going to pay your cleaners. You're going to ask yourself, are you going to use contractors or W-2? Are you going to pay for cars, not pay for cars? These are going to ask a lot of the questions that people have. And lesson number 1 in the masterclass answers those questions. I should say this: it gives you a framework which you can answer those questions for yourself. Ultimately, there is no right or wrong answer. You choose. Some of you guys in here have cars. Some of you guys in here have contractors. Some of you guys in here have employees. Some of you guys in here pay commission. Some of you guys in here pay hourly. It doesn't matter. They can all work. Okay. I'm sharing the decision frameworks on how you can make the best decision, and I'm also sharing you why I chose the way I did. And that's it. Lesson number 2 is about marketing. Marketing will give you confidence to grow a $1 million business, because when you have a marketing machine that makes money, you have a way to generate new leads on demand. You have people who are always asking you for your service. It gives you confidence, makes you feel pretty good, right? And then if you compare that with the ability to convert those leads into customers, and then turn those customers into clients, man, you feel unstoppable. Until you run into your next problem. So that takes care of masterclass number 2 and number 3. Okay. Number 3 is how to sell cleaning services without feeling sleazy. Number 4, then you're into the problem of, well, now I need more cleaners, because now I have all this work and I don't want to clean anymore. So how do I start hiring people? And so lesson number 4 is about hiring a $1 million cleaning team. Okay. It's probably the most, like there's the most amount of handouts and PDFs, and it's the biggest process, because it's honestly where most cleaning businesses' biggest constraint is hiring and keeping good cleaners. Okay. So once you have solved that problem, the next problem you're going to solve is, well, now what? I have clients and cleaners coming in. What do I do? Right? How do I actually scale this thing? How do I grow this thing? And so lesson number 5 talks about data, and it gives you 2 sheets, intelligence and vision sheet, which allows you to look like a genius, make you look very, very smart in your business. Okay. Lesson number 6, this is what I would consider a part 2 to hiring, is how to build a culture of greatness, right? And so defining what culture is, defining what core values are, defining what you stand for in your business will help you with who you bring on your team and what kind of environment you want to create for the people working in it. And then last one, but not least, is actually how to clean. Right? So what I've experienced is that most people who get into the cleaning business, they start by cleaning, and then they learn all this other stuff. And so ironically, I did it backwards. I knew all this other stuff, and I learned cleaning last. And so it's irrelevant. All the skill sets need to be learned. You just need to understand where your biggest constraint is, so you can fix it and then move on. Because you can be the world's most amazing cleaner, and you will not have a $1 million business if you suck at marketing. You can have a shitty cleaning business if you have an amazing marketing machine, but you can't sell. As a cleaning business owner, you need to be good enough at every single one of these things. It does you no justice to be great at one thing, like cleaning, for example, if you suck at everything else. However, If you suck at cleaning, get better at cleaning. If it's your business's constraint. Okay. So that's what lesson number 0 is. It just gives you the brief overview of exactly how the masterclass is structured. Okay. So if we zoom, actually, I'm just going to go through here. So let's say we watch this video. I just did it for you guys. So we can go mark as complete. Cool. And then we can click next. Right. And if you guys do this, guess what? I have data on the back that actually can see how far, Anna, you've got into the group, or how far you've gotten into the masterclass. I can see what videos you've watched. Taylor and Alyssa, you guys, I see you guys over here too. Like when you guys actually click complete, it gives me data to see how far you guys have got through this. And I can look at it and be like, you know what, Jessica, I expect you to actually increase your business because you're actually using the masterclass. It's not just here, you're utilizing it. And this is not something that you just watch once and you're good. Like, this is a resource. Like when you have a problem, you come back here. This is not a video that you watch makes you feel good. It's a video that you watch, you're like, okay, I need to know where that information is, because when I have that problem, I know where to come back to get the resource, to get the information that I need in order to solve this problem. Okay, that's how this masterclass is meant to be used. So we talked about the lessons right here. So lesson number 1. So you watch this video, mark it as complete. So if you look down here, these are like where the downloads are. So you guys can see right here. So if you're looking for the core values, looking for the blueprint, you're looking for the cleaning business mission, that's where the files are. So if you guys don't know where the files are, if you click right there, that's where they are. This should actually pop up. Why does that say read more? I'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so this is the marketing section. Yeah, so you click on read more. You have the full timestamp summary. So if you just want to like scroll through here to try to figure out what you're looking for, all the timestamps have been added to make this a little bit more useful for you guys, make it quicker. So you guys even have to watch the whole video. I recommend watching the video. But if you don't want to watch the whole video, there's timestamps on all these videos. Okay. And again, actually at the bottom of this lesson, I believe that all the downloads are right down here. Okay. Same thing. You can find the downloads here as well. So if I click right here, you guys can see the downloads, but they're also going to be down here at the bottom if you can't find them. If for some reason this isn't intuitive, they're down here at the bottom. Okay. So this is the marketing section. And then we move on to the sales. So again, I don't know if I marked that complete or not. Let's mark this complete. Okay, cool. So now we're marking complete. Now I know you've watched it. And you can watch this. You can watch the timestamp, so on and so forth. Mark complete. Cool. We just keep doing that. So that is how you go through the masterclass. You go through each of these you go through each of these lessons. Mark them as complete. Take the data. Oops. Click on something here. Plug in the some Otter AI thing. Cool. And then you'll see that you're 4 out of 44 lessons complete. So it allows you to track progress, allows you to see progress, which is like a human, it's a human thing. We all love to see progress. Okay. And so after each lesson, make sure you mark it complete. And then if you're looking for all the resources, the PDFs, the downloads, they're at the bottom. Okay. Or if you want to get real fancy, if you click on this, they're right here. Okay. And that's for every single lesson. Okay. So before I move on to the rest of the masterclass, I'm going to check the chat real quick. Nice. We have almost 7 people on here today. Thanks, guys. You guys showed up today. Awesome. Super exciting. Super exciting. Okay. Let's see if we got any questions here. If you guys have questions before I move on, should I finish the masterclass first and start on this one? I don't think you can even get into the old masterclass anymore. Maybe you can, but eventually the old masterclass is about to be expired real soon. So make sure you get into the new masterclass. It's all the same material. It's just in a much prettier format, and you can see your progress. You can mark it complete or not complete. Yeah, I'm not going to do any posing, I don't think. Okay, cool. Let's see, typing class. Yeah. right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going here. So I'm going to reshare my screen here. So that's how this whole thing started. So the masterclass started with just the 7 videos, and now it's gotten bigger. It's grown, right? And so if you look at the masterclass from it's a broad range. It gives you the overarching strategy of how to grow a $1 million cleaning business. Okay. Now, if we look into, for instance, we go into the marketing trainings. Actually, let's not skip anything here. So Decade in a Day. So if you guys see Decade in a Day here, you'll see that you can apply for Decade in a Day. You can see some of the coaching calls. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Decade in a Day, Decade in a Day is what I created when we were doing the masterclass to give people an opportunity to get help with actually growing the $1 million business, more hands-on approach. And so I made it because I made it very, what's the best word to put it? I made it so you had to really commit. And so that not only did you have to pay a good amount of money, which is $10,000 for Decade in a Day, but you also had to get on a plane. You had to fly out here. Once you got here, we housed you, we fed you, and you had to hang out with Katie and I for a day. But it was our way of being able to help people implement this $1 million model. Okay. And so up to this point, we've had 15 people who have joined Decade in a Day and come out and fly out. And so we do a coaching call every single week. And because I don't have another portal, I don't have a separate portal. All the coaching calls for them go into here, but you guys also have access to be able to see those calls, which it's totally fine. You guys can just see the questions they ask. I think it's really only valuable in the moment. But anyway, so that's the day-to-day coaching calls are. So if you actually want to see the conversations that those guys are having, that's what these are. It's really for them to be able to go back and watch the way he plays through those coaching calls. So that's the Decade in a Day. In the marketing trainings. So we have marketing trainings, we have sales trainings, and we also have hiring trainings, and we have the financial freedom trainings. So these are all bonus trainings that I've been adding to the masterclass that when I see a problem inside the group, I just have created a training around it. So when it comes to, for example, how many of you guys are interested in Facebook ads? How many of you guys are using Facebook ads? Anybody? Anyone using Facebook ads or interested in Facebook ads? Yourself Facebook ads? Yeah. So I basically created a couple trainings to just show you the exact process of how to build a Facebook ad from scratch. And then I was like, once you have the ad, well, then the next logical problem you're going to have is, well, how do I optimize it? Like, how do I make sure the ads continue to print money for me so I can continue utilizing them? And so that's what the 2 rules to optimizing your money printing machine are. And then I was like, well, what if you're actually not profitable with your Facebook ads? Well, maybe it's your landing page. And so we talked about landing pages. And so those are the 5 marketing trainings we have in here so far. And then also Google Ads campaign. So if you guys are interested in learning about Google pay-per-click, how to build a $1 million Google ad from scratch, I brought in an expert to literally build a Google ad from scratch for one of the people inside this cleaning community, Mr. Nick White. And so you guys can watch that training, and you literally can pause, play. And the idea was that you could implement it yourself if you wanted to do it. So those are where the marketing trainings are. And then the sales trainings. So the sales trainings are probably the most useful and the ones that probably people use the less, that use the least of. And last week we did a pricing for your cleaning business. This was probably one of the most popular trainings that I've done, where if you ever have the question, how much should I be charging for my cleaning services? This is the video, or this is the training to watch, not only from a standpoint of actually a dollar amount, but to give you the psychology around why you should actually charge more, how it actually benefits you, how it benefits your cleaners, how it benefits your clients if you charge more. And in every single market, there is a cleaner who just bugs the shit out of every single one of you guys. And that cleaner will basically clean for free, right? How many of you guys have that cleaner in your market that's like, she'll basically clean for free? She underbids you, she'll undercut you, she'll do things that you're not willing to do. You're like, girl, have some self-worth, right? Come on. How do you even pay? How do you even get out of bed for that, right? So there's 2 market leaders. there's the cheapest person who you guys already have that person in your market, but there's also the most expensive person. And there's a high probability that that seat in your market is open because everybody else is afraid. They're fearful. They're scared. Because while they feel like they're better than the cheapest, they don't feel like they're good enough to be the best. So if you're interested in learning how to increase your prices, watch that training. Okay. Slideshow that helped me sell a $108,000 program. This one is really good for a psychology standpoint. This is me walking through the psychology of when I sold for Gym Launch and I was selling $100,000 programs. The psychology, the mentality, some of the tactics that were used to do that. And then this right here is the growth block. So this is something that is near and dear to my heart, something that I personally used for a very long time that helped me not just become a better salesperson, but it helped me become a better communicator. And so the growth block is one of my favorite trainings that nobody ever uses. And then down here, actually listening to call reviews, so helpful. And so not only do you hear other people selling cleaning services, you hear other clients who have, or other prospects who are giving objections that you get, but you're able to also hear them overcome. You're able to hear them actually close, and you're also getting my feedback on a different perspective on how to see each of those calls. So these down here are super valuable, and most people don't even know that they're there. Okay, so for sales training, those are really good. Hiring trainings, how to pay a cleaning salesperson. This one, when you get ready to hire your first salesperson for your business, this is a great training to watch. And then I think this is the most undervalued. Like this could have its own course. Like, how do you buy 40 hours of your time back for less than $100? It's the best return on your money you'll ever get is hiring an assistant. And I literally walk through Jessica and Lucas, who are on this call. We do it live, and in 21 minutes, we hire a virtual assistant. It's the best money you'll ever spend. So this alone should be a course that could be worth lots of money. Actually, I paid money for this course, and I just took it and I made it my own and gave it to y'all for free with all this other stuff. Okay. So this one, really, really good. And then lastly, we have financial freedom. So this financial freedom one is actually probably the most important one. It's the most integral one, and it has the least to do with cleaning business. And so I think the mistake that I made for a very long time was thinking that I was in the fitness business, or I was in the real estate business, or I was in the cleaning business. Like all that stuff was not true. I am in the business of creating freedom, specifically financial freedom, and also time freedom, and also relationship freedom, right? And so these trainings are actually the things that I do with everybody who comes to Deck in a Day. And so the same thing that these guys are paying $10,000 for, you guys get access to this for free, this information. Now, I'm not going to degrade it, because the experience you get when you do this in person is like, it's everything. It's everything. However, the information is all right here. This is exactly what we do. It's the first thing we do with everybody who comes out to Deck in a Day is we create a financial freedom framework. So powerful. Oh, I see an error. Do you guys see the error? Look at that. Logan Lee. How come nobody saw that? Okay. So that's the masterclass. Okay. That's how it's lined out. Based on your problem is where you should focus your attention. We should put the area of your needs. And that's what this is. Like, go through it once, make sure you like check all the boxes, make it so it's 44 out of 44 complete. But then how you actually use this to actually grow your business is you use it as a resource. It's something that you use when you have a problem, you go back to the masterclass. Okay. Also, use the Facebook group as well. Like when you have a problem, use the Facebook group. Because the cool thing about having an educated Facebook group is that people have also gone through the masterclass. It means that they're not just saying, here's what worked for me in my business. Fine. But if everyone's using the same information, we're using the same strategy and the same tactics, it becomes more valuable because there's a higher probability of success when we have 10 people that are using the same marketing system, the same sales system, and they're getting great numbers, that when you're having a problem and you're using the same system, you can get good feedback. But if everybody's using different processes, different systems, different things, you're going to get different feedback, which makes it more difficult for you to actually like, well, there's 1,000 things you could do. There is. But this is the one thing that if you knock this thing down, it's a domino effect. Everything else falls behind it. And so the reason that I want, my selfish intention is that you guys all use this information is because it actually makes it easier for me to help you. Let me help you. I can help you if you use the freaking system that is outlined. If you're using some other jack of the trade, some stupid sales system, some other stupid marketing system, I'm not saying stupid, sorry, it's not stupid. Some other system, I'm sure it works fine. I'm literally just joking with you guys. However, I can help you better if you use these systems. The group can help you better if you use the systems. And that's my main intention, is to help you. That's all. Drop the link to the masterclass, James. Somebody just asked for it. Somebody needs it. Somebody else drop the link to the masterclass. Somebody help James. Somebody give James a break. Give James the day off. Can someone give James a day off? That guy's worked to death, man. I worked that guy to death. You guys have no idea how much work he does. He does a lot of things behind the scene. Someone, thank you, Andreas. Thanks for giving James a break. James couldn't stop himself. Still had to put it in there. So that's why I want you to use the masterclass. It's because when we're using the same systems, it helps. It helps us to be able to see what works, also what doesn't work, which is super helpful. Okay. And so I don't think a lot of people know this actually. So this is good because there are some people who have been here from day one, but there are also some people who are new here. So I think it's important that you guys understand where this information came from and where I came from, and so you can better relate to it. And so the more belief you have in it, the more committed you'll be to it, the higher probability you will be successful with it. Okay. So in October of 2020, my wife and I, Katie, who she's on here. Katie, are you on here?
I'm here.
Awesome. Everybody say hi to Katie. If you guys don't know who Katie is actually the reason why I get to be up here talking. Like why I got the megaphone is because of Katie. Okay, so give Katie some love. She is truly the one that makes this all happen. Katie and I just had this conversation yesterday. It was Katie and I's anniversary yesterday. Our 6-year wedding anniversary. It'll be 10 years we've been together on March 16th. Our daughter's birthday is on March 17th. She'll be 5. But we had this conversation yesterday on our way to go get smashed. So this is what we do on our anniversaries. We'll get smashed. Okay. You guys go get smashed? Who gets smashed on their anniversary? Come on. Don't act like you're smashed. Ha. Come on. All right, fine. Nobody bought it. So we went to this place where you literally like smash things, right? So like you smash like bottles and you smash what else do we smash? Plates. There was this, oh my God, there was like this it looked like a pottery design, like a kid made, and it had his name on. His name was Henry. It was like, and there's a little handprint on there. I was like, oh, that's like cute. We should take that home. And Katie like grabs the badge, she's like smashing this thing. I'm like, oh, Henry. And then for real, there was like this little like heart that was made of, what was it made of, Katie? Like clay or something like that?
It was a tile.
It was a tile. Whatever. It was cute. And it was a little heart. And I was like, I'm gonna bring this home to Lainey. Katie's like, you're not bringing that home to Lainey. She grabs it and she really smashes it. I'm like, dang, girl, aggressive. So anyway, also, we made an impromptu video at this place. If you guys have not seen my Instagram or my Facebook, James, if you drop the link, go check out my Instagram or Facebook. And we made an impromptu video on getting an objection. Have you guys ever had a prospect tell you it's too expensive? You're too expensive. If you have ever had that happen, go watch that video. You might like it. Okay, so go to my Instagram or Facebook, wherever you follow me at, or go follow me on the other one if you haven't. Go watch that video. I think you'll like it. Anyway, where I was going back to is that Kate and I were having this conversation last night on our way to go get smashed. Okay, about how this Facebook group, my ability to be able to communicate with you guys as frequently as I do, to be able to pour into this group as much as I do, would not happen without her. And so when we started this cleaning business in 2020, we started with 0 clients and 0 cleaning experience. And for the first 6 weeks, I created the marketing and the sales systems, which we still use today. And Katie, she figured out how to clean, right? And after those 6 weeks, I had left the cleaning business completely because I was still working on my fitness business, and I was also working on buying more real estate. And so Katie became the CEO. She became the cleaner, the salesperson, the CEO. She became everything until she hired our first cleaner, which for some of you guys might know, who was our nanny. She became our first cleaner, the infamous Katie D. So if you guys know our story, you guys heard us talk about Katie D a lot. And then throughout the next 18 months of this cleaning business, like Katie grew it by herself with Katie D, and then she started hiring more people. And it was like really cool to see, because up at this point, like I think everyone who knows Katie now like sees Katie as like this like business mogul, this like CEO, like this like people aspire to be like Katie, which by the way, you should. But I think it would help a lot of people to understand where Katie came from. And like before January of 2018, Katie was a W-2 employee for her entire life, right? And it took me, and it took Alex Hermosi, and it took me marrying her to convince her that I think we could do something really cool if you came full-time into the business. But I literally had to sell my soul, marriage, in order to convince Katie that she should quit her job. Right? She was not about it. Her bosses were not about it either. They were definitely like trying to convince her to stay, which like, well, we both saw the same thing. We both saw greatness. So fast forward 2 years later, right? So that was 2018 that Katie quit her job. She came with me full-time in the gym. We were doing real estate, but it was always like my thing. I started it years before that. And then so when this opportunity for the cleaning business came up, like not only did I see that there was great profit margins, that it was easily delegatable, that it was a simple business, that there was a great demand for it. But the thing I really saw that like made it really worth it was it was a vehicle. It was a vehicle for Katie to be able to grow as a human, to personally develop in no way other, like there's no better way to grow personally than to own a freaking business, right? And so throughout the first 20 months that Katie ran the business, she grew to $30,000 a month, like 100% on her own, right? Like I'm saying not with me. Like I had no attention on the cleaning business, zero cleaning attention, or zero attention on the cleaning business. And then I just kept on seeing this thing grow. I'm like, dang, girl, like you're freaking making this thing work. And I had just got out of the fitness business. I had handed it off to, or I gave it away, literally gave it away to the guy who was running it. And we had slowed down on buying real estate. That's like when interest rates started to go crazy. And we're like, let's slow down on real estate. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I have no fitness anymore. I have no cleaning, or I have no real estate anymore. And I just started seeing this business that Katie had like started to grow and like was making moves on it. I was like, dang, I wonder if I could add any value here, even though I knew nothing about cleaning. And so I pitched Katie the idea that I would be the advisor for Bozeman 5-Star, right? Because at this point, like I had never hired a person, like the cleaners didn't know who I was. Like this was all Kitty's business. And she agreed. She agreed to let me advise the cleaning business. And so in June of 2022, I became the advisor of Bosun 5-Star. And we started out with doing these meetings that we called vision meetings. And so I put together the $1 million blueprint, right? Which is what it's called now. It wasn't called that back then. But I was like, hey, like here's where $30,000 a month. Here's what it looks like in order for us to get to $83,000 a month. And I started selling the team on the vision. Like, here's what we need to do. Like, I was like, I think my superpower is being able to see constraints and to be able to actually solve the constraint as well. So not only do I see the constraint, but I can actually tell you how to solve the problem as well. And yeah, we just kept on seeing progress, right? It was like, okay, like this is working. So we just kept doing it. And 1 year later, Bosun 5-Star, it grew to over $100,000 a month. It's like, cool, right? Something's working here. And this year, Bosun 5-Star, it ended 2023, $1.124 million, right? So it literally almost tripled in 1 year, right? And just for funsies, in 2020, it was a short year, but can you guys guess how much money it made in 2020? You guys never guess, so I'll just tell you. $6,797. October, November, December. So it's only 3 months. Just so you guys know where it came from. Like we literally started making $6,000 in 3 months. Okay. And a big portion of that is because Katie's a badass. But as much as I love Katie, I'm like, how do we give more people opportunity to become badasses? So I'm like, what did Katie actually do? Right. And I think fundamentally, Katie just has a high degree of trust in me because she sees me every single day. She sees like, first off, like our intentions are the same. Also, she understands like how much I care and like how much work I put in to being able to see those type of things. Like it's like business is all I think about all day long. Like I work out and I do business and I do my family, and that's it. Like that's what I do. I don't have hobbies. This is my hobby. This is why I do this for free. If you guys didn't realize, I like hanging out with you guys. It's really fun for me. This is what I get fulfillment off of. And so Kitty has a high degree of trust in me. And so I was like, interesting. What else did Kitty do? Well, I think because she trusted me, she implemented the things that I said that I see that as a constraint. I think we should do this. She just implemented it. And that's it. Like, so I was like, interesting. I think that could be replicated, right? And because I told you Kitty was such a badass, over the last 2 months, we've been working on an exit plan. We've been working on an exit plan for me. And so as of 2024, I have been kicked out of the advisor role at Bosun 5-Star Cleaning. Because Katie has now moved into that role. She is now the advisor for the cleaning company. And we're in the process of actually hiring a GM to basically take over what Katie's been doing. So everyone's leveling up, except for me. I'm getting kicked out. But I was like, well, now that I have a little bit more attention, I was like, I wonder if I could do this again. Right? I wonder if I could actually make magic happen twice or 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. And so my goal for 2024 is to become more valuable, become more useful, to help more people. And I'm going to start by just actually helping a couple people with the intention that I can help a lot more. So I've started telling people in our Deck in a Day group this first, but you guys will now get to hear this, is that starting in 2024, I am going to be advising for a handful of cleaning business owners. I will be your advisor. Very similar, actually, almost to the degree that I did for Bose and 5-star. And I'm starting with just 5 people. So obviously there's 67 people on here. So not everybody on here is going to qualify. First off, our qualifications. I've found that me in this moment, I can help the people who are at least doing $15,000 a month in revenue. So if you're not doing $15,000 a month in revenue, use the masterclass, use the group, at least get to that part. And you also got to have at least 3 cleaners, which means that if you're just a solopreneur doing $50,000 a month, like you need to actually have a staff. You need to be able to show that you are willing to hire, you're committed to hiring other people to actually build a company. And so if you at least meet that criteria, then we can have a conversation. And again, I'm only working with 5 people. I've already honestly filled 2 of those spots. A couple of those people are on here today. I just have a high degree of trust with the people already brought on. But outside of that, I'm just having conversations with anybody who's interested to see if I can help you. And ultimately, like that's my main goal is like I want to be able to help you. And if I can't help you to the highest degree possible, I'm just going to tell you no. And at the same time, I can't help really that many people right now. So anyway, if you're interested in having me as an advisor, I need to replace Katie. She kicked me off the team. So who can I help next? If you're interested in having that conversation, James, we dropped the link in the chat. You guys can apply, and after you guys apply, then I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation. And just so you know, like it's multiple conversations. I'm really looking for somebody who I really can help. And yeah, it's really simple. So cool. So that's the first announcement that I wanted to make, is that I'm going to be helping a few more people, and then after the first 5, if it goes well, I'll add more people. But yeah, I know that there's people on here who could really benefit from it. Oh, I forgot to say there's one more cool thing. And as part of those first 5 people, I'm giving people a free decade in a day to go with it. Oh, yeah, that one's really good. Yeah. So not only am I your advisor, but you get a 100% free decade a day to go with the advisor program, which by the way, decade a day is $10,000 by itself. That's pretty good. So anyway, if you guys are interested, James will drop the link. I think he's dropped the link. Katie, did you drop the link? James, you dropped the link for the application. Cool. Okay. Thanks, Renee. All right. So it's fun. Second cool thing. So since we started the masterclass, it's been over a year ago, and I was watching some of those videos, and they're just older. I'm like, I could make these better, and I know more now. Like at the time, our business, again, we were doing $50,000, 30, 50,000, 60,000. I'm not even quite sure what we were doing during the masterclass, and now we've done over $100,000 6 months in a row, and obviously we continue to plan on continuing to grow. I just know more things. And so in 2024, I'm not going to put a specific date on it because I'm not exactly sure, but could be within the next week or 2. We're going to get Masterclass 2.0. And so if you guys were here from the very beginning, you know that for every week for 8 weeks, we did a live training where I outlined each lesson. And after each lesson, I gave handouts and I gave PDFs to all the information we talked about. And it was really valuable. And so if you guys think about what's happened over the last couple of weeks, we've done similar trainings like with the pricing calculator and the landing page and optimization of the Facebook ads. And so I created the framework for the new masterclass. And after I created it, I was actually very upset. I was upset because it's so much freaking better that there was no way I could not do it. And it kind of made me mad because it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But the new masterclass, the new videos for marketing, for sales, for hiring, oh my gosh. The tools, the calculators, you guys haven't even seen calculators yet. Like if you guys had the pricing calculator last week, was good. Like I have so many calculators I've been like sitting on, waiting for an opportunity to give it to you guys that we've been using in our business. And here it is. It's the new masterclass. So I will make the official announcement, but when we do, it'll be 7 weeks. So last time it was 8. I condensed it down. It'll be 7 straight weeks of lessons, and there will be new handouts. There will be new tools, new calculators. And one of the things that get asked about the most when it comes to like the marketing sales systems and to the basically like to the funnels and automations. So recently we switched over to Go High Level. Thanks to you guys in the community. Like I'd never heard of Go High Level before. We were on a different platform for many years, basically shoestring things together. And now that we are on Go High Level, it is just simpler. And we were able to take softwares, a bunch of different softwares and systems that we were paying $1,000+ a month, and now we can do it all for $100 a month. And so I'm going to share that with you guys, absolutely free, part of the masterclass. So, you guys excited about that? Yeah. Oh, got Sam singing here. Amazing. It's always a good day when you got Sam singing here. Cool, guys. Yeah, so that is the announcements. Okay, so yes, yeah. Once I saw the new masterclass and I wrote down the framework and I shared it with Katie, I'm like, dang it, I got to do this. It's like so much better. We just learned so much more, and I just know that you guys will get so much more value. Plus, being able to add the additional component that you guys can literally just copy all of ours, basically copy our CRM and just like take it as your own. It's like so much easier. So simple. Yeah. It's so good. So yeah, you can just have it. You just have it. Obviously, like, you got to pay for your Go High Level account, but outside of that, like you can just have it all. We're just giving it away. Click a button and it's in there. Cool. So yeah, so someone asked, should I finish the other masterclass first or this one? Just jump on this one. Yeah. The old I think that's an old question. Sorry. Anyway, if someone does have that question, the old masterclass, it's going out to pasture. It's going out to pasture. So eventually it will die. This will be the new masterclass. So James just dropped the link there. Make sure you guys get in the Facebook group. Yeah. Yeah. Samsung. Lots of people reselling their crappy GHL builds. Yeah. You get it for free. I'm just going to give it away. And again, my intention is that the more people use our systems and softwares or use our system, the better I can help you, the better I can coach you. And the less thinking you have to do. That's it. Right. And it just helps us continue to improve our product, which is ultimately like all we want to do is like, how do we make a system, a process that has a high probability that when you take it and you put it in your market, that it works. Now it's always going to take operator. There's always going to be operator error. Like you'll need to be able to implement. You need to be able to troubleshoot. But how many of those things can we eliminate? That's my goal. It's like how many things can we just like check off for you? You don't have to think about it. You have to put attention on that. You can just focus on the high level things, which ultimately is how do I get more clients? How do I get more cleaners? and let everything else be as systematized as possible. So cool. And if anyone needs help getting into the masterclass, say it now or forever hold your peace. Actually, if you actually need help, just put it in the Facebook group. And I've actually got on a few calls with people just to help people walk through it. I think I have most of the kinks worked out. So thank you for everybody who has got on calls with me to help me troubleshoot for you, so I can help everybody else out. But that's all I got for you guys today. So if you're interested in having me as an advisor, again, I'm starting out with just 5 people. My intention is that I'll work with more people, but for right now, I'm just starting with what I know I can help. You guys can apply and we can have a couple conversations, and whether you're ready right now or maybe it's in the future, it's cool. And then get ready for the new masterclass. Look out for that announcement, and it's gonna be fun. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it, and it's really helpful though. Just so you guys know, I'm not complaining. It's actually really helpful to me and my business and get clarity. That's all. But I'm a human just like you guys. I have a version to work too. So, but I appreciate you guys a lot, and give Katie some love. James, if you haven't, drop that link for the advisor so you guys have that. One last time, drop the link for the masterclass. Make sure you guys are on the masterclass as well, and give Katie some love. Again, Katie is the unsung hero. She's the reason why we're able to have these calls, is because while she's doing the daily huddles, while she's the one who's pouring into our team, she's the one who's handling the fires. I get to be able to do this with you guys. And so that only happens because of Katie. That is not blowing smoke up anyone's ass. That is I had this revolution last night on our way to go get smashed. And I was like, thank you, Katie. It was actually really nice. It's really nice. So cool. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. We're gonna go eat some yum-yums. Happy Thursday to you guys. We'll see you guys next week. And I appreciate y'all. So happy 2024. Look forward to seeing you guys build some big old businesses. All right, guys.
Bye.